Hello everyone, today is July 1st, Monday. It's 3:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jim is out of town on vacation, and so I won't have any live videos until he returns, and instead I'm going to post our regular videos in live simulation that I run every single day. On my left is the time and sales, the E-mini S&P currently trading at 2963.75. Really great day today. I've reduced the profit targets of just about all the charts to a single contract with the exception of a couple, and that's turning out pretty well. And I did that to show that indeed the AutoTrader could be traded with a smaller account, just trading a single contract. First up is the E-mini S&P on a 1597 Heikin-Ashi chart. We've seen this chart quite a bit, and we had 3 or 4 trades here. Started off with a loser. Drawdown was minimal, less than $50 right here, and then came back with this winner. This is right off the open, these couple of trades here. So the first equity high was about 150 or so, and then came back with 2 winners here, and that brought it up to 387.50. The goal here is 400, so it hit its goal and had 1 tick slippage. We got filled on our limit order with a 3-tick pullback. Okay, the DAX on a Super Renko 6-tick with our Step-MA filter. This chart has been really strong, and I have also set my DAX contracts to trade at the US Open, and then of course the open range filter is based on the 930 bar, so short below, long above. And you can see how the trade was filtered here. This is just a single trade that went and hit our goal. Goal on this is 500, profit target 45 ticks, and obviously we hit our goal and probably had a little bit of slippage here, but still very nicely done in a single trade. And this was taken right off the open at 9:39 p.m. a.m. approximately. And interesting, the trade lasted quite a while here, about an hour and a half or so. Okay, the E-mini S&P on a 987 Heikin-Ashi tick chart starts trading at, looks like 9 o'clock I have on this one here. Indeed, it starts trading at 9 o'clock, and it's not using an open range filter. It's trading both directions. A goal of 450 and a single contract here, and this hit its goal. Couple of short trades here right off the open, couple of losers right here, but not much really. You can just see the equity curve here. These 2 losers were only about $50, and then this winning trade brought us up to our goal. Okay, the DAX on a Super Renko 14-tick I set also to a single contract, and this starts trading also at 9:30, so we got filled on our limit order. You can see the pullback very clearly here. This is a limit order with just a 4-tick pullback and a single contract, and because of the size of the bar, each bar is 14 ticks. I made the P&L pretty high for a single contract, 750, but the goal on this with 2 contracts before was 2,000, and it hit it frequently. So 750 on the Super Renko 14-tick, and it obviously had some slippage here. It did 662.50 for the day. Okay, here's a chart of the E-mini S&P Super Renko 4-tick with a 2-tick higher time frame, and this was stopped out. The loss limit is 350, and it got stopped out at 275 here. So we do have losing charts for sure. Next is a Super Renko 4-tick with a higher time frame filter of Super Renko 8. And this has been pretty consistent winner. This has a goal of 450 and trading a single contract, and this did 412.50 for the day on a couple of trades against the higher time frame. Okay, the DAX on a 377 Heikin-Ashi chart. Once again, it doesn't look like much here, but 2 trades here did $500. This first trade was just shy of its goal at 450. And then it only had to do a little bit right here to reach its goal. And the goal on this is 500 even. So this is also a limit order with an 8-tick pullback. And we saw this chart several times last week, and I commented that I was surprised how often it achieves this 8-tick pullback. Okay, the E-mini S&P on a Super Renko 4-tick, and this is a higher time frame filter of Super Renko 4 with a higher sensitivity than the base time frame. And the goal on this is 375, a single contract. First target is 12 ticks, so it's only going for 3 points each trade. And this had 3 winners in a row here and hit its goal. Okay, the ES on a Super Renko 6-tick with a Super Renko 6 higher time frame, same idea as the Super Renko 4, just different sensitivities. And this is a single contract, a limit order with a 4-tick pullback, and a goal of 400. And this hit its goal and had a little bit of slippage. Looks like there was 1 losing trade, 2 losing trades, so 3 winners, 2 losers. Actually 4 winners, 2 losers. There was a very small winner right here. Okay, the NASDAQ on a 987 Heikin-Ashi tick chart did 675 for the day on a single contract. The goal is 500, so we had really great positive slippage. It's a limit order with a 3-tick pullback, and so this had a long and then a short, and in my daily forecast we had talked about this consolidation here, and I did state that the market was poised for a move, that usually this leads up to a big move when you get this kind of contraction and volatility here, and certainly that happened. And so there was a big gap up, and then of course they basically sold into the run-up. Most of the run-up occurred overnight. This is the beginning of the day session, and so all this run-up here was sold into. In any case, the AutoTrader doesn't care what's happening here. It's just based on the volatility, the ability of price to go between high and low swings. If there's enough movement there, the AutoTrader goes with the flow, and did very well on this chart today. Okay, the DAX on a 34-tick line break, and again I moved the open to the 930 bar, and this did really well on a line break chart. The goal on this I think is 550, so this hit its goal with a tick of slippage. Profit target of 60 ticks, quite a bit. Limit order with a 2-tick pullback, and so on a single trade here, we didn't go long here at any of these retracements. We stayed short below the open, and it hit its goal. Okay, the crude oil on a Super Renko 4-tick with a Super Renko 6-tick higher time frame, trading a single contract and a goal of 450. Ended up shy of its goal, but still respectful at 320 for the day. The E-mini S&P on a regular 4-range chart did 350 for the day. The open range filter and a short trade right off the open, and the goal on this is a modest $400. So it hit its goal and had a couple of ticks of slippage. Okay, finally the DAX on a Super Renko 6-tick with the open range filter, and this is not using the step MA like the others. This has a limit order with a 4-tick pullback and a 550 goal, and this also hit its goal on 3 trades. There was 1 loser here, drew down a little over 200 and came back. So a lot of winning charts today, no doubt, going to show the AutoTrader can, with little input, can certainly have great performance. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching.